I'm just thankful he's not facing Goldie. That could get ugly.
Wow.
Boy, that is some major league facial hair.
That's moss right there.
It looks like the Lion King.
Number 72, Peter O'Brien.
That looks like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
I think he's in the Avett Brothers. He plays drums or something.
Your season ticket headquarters down here at Chase Field. They've got that area set up right behind, sort of behind first base here. Where if you've got questions about season tickets, there's always somebody there. You walk up, you can have a long conversation about the various plans, what you might want to do, and they'll answer all your questions for you. Peter O'Brien bangs one into right field. So O'Brien a leadoff single here in the 8th. Well, there's a guy that you root for, Peter O'Brien. He worked his tail off this winter to improve his defense behind the plate, and they did see improvement. It was funny, so much has been discussed as they'll pinch run for him here about Peter O'Brien's defense. But the problem, it seemed like, Bob, for Peter, was he didn't hit that much in spring training. The power is there. He can hit some prodigious home runs. But they didn't see a ton of offense from Peter this spring. So he will go to the minor leagues and play a little all over. So maybe some infield, some outfield, and they'll see what they have there.
In my experience in this game, that's not uncommon. When you've got a guy that perhaps you perceive some defensive limits and you really work hard on your defense, it's not uncommon to see the bat suffer for it a little bit. You spend so much of your extra time in spring training that normally maybe you would go down to the cage and take some extra cuts or go to the video room and analyze your own swing or analyze today's opposing pitcher. But when you're spending so much time working on your defense, it doesn't really leave you a lot of extra time to concentrate on your offense.
And there were some issues in throwing the ball back to the pitcher's mound from the catching position. And a couple of B games where that got away from Peter. He said it was no big deal. He was so focused on his footwork and trying to become more efficient at controlling the base runners while behind the plate that the throwing got away from him a bit. And now they're trying him at some other positions. Here's Danny Wirth. So we'll see what Peter can do this year. By the way, I've just been handed a note from our highly unreliable staff member here at the booth that the roof will be open tomorrow. So come on out to the ballpark. It'll be a beautiful day. Now, Ralph Kelso has told me, I was checking for weather, I'd go to Ralph, and he told me that we're expecting cooler weather here for the next 10 days or so. So it should be, there's Ralph. Hi, Ralph. Just had a birthday last week. Danny Wirth. Up with the fist, right to Castro at short. So the roof will be open tomorrow. Come on out for the final spring training game of the year. Spend a day at the ballpark. Sunday's an off day, then Monday opening night against the Giants.
And while you're out here at the ballpark, we invite you to play Kachinko by signing up at one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any Diamondbacks regular season home game. So I guess you can't play Kachinko tomorrow after all.
Yeah, regular season. Keith.
I practice playing Kachinko.
Always hell. Hey, it's spring training for everybody. That's
right.
What we always say every time something goes wrong. And we've talked a lot about what you can expect here when you do come out to the ballpark in terms of the food. I mean, Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, America's Taco Shop, Paradise Valley Burger Company is here, Zoyo Neighborhood Yogurt, the draft room, get all your craft beers up there. But they've got another thing I think that's a great idea, and you can check this out tomorrow because all the new food items are up and running here at the ballpark already, even though it's still spring training. Food Truck Alley. Have you heard about this?
I've heard about this, yeah.
This is a big deal. I mean, everybody loves a good food truck. And what they're going to do here, located on the plaza right outside Gate A, just outside the ballpark here, in working with Best in Show events, every series now is going to have different food trucks. So it's not like the same truck is going to be parked out there all year long. They're going to change them up every series. And so you'll get, every time you come out here, you'll get new and fresh options every time you come to the ballpark down at Food Truck Alley on the plaza just outside Gate A.
The only bad part is you may have to stand in line for a while behind broadcasters.
Aaron Hill bangs one down the left field line. Evan Marzilli running for O'Brien is being waved home by Andy Green. He will score, and it's 5-1 D-backs. today, but he can still, as you always say, Bob, pull a bullet.
He can pull a bullet. That's where he lives, right down that third base line once again, rolling all the way down to the foul pole. And interesting there, Andy Green. We're still trying to get used to the new coaches on the staff and what their tendencies are. And Andy, he didn't hesitate. He was waving Evan Marzilli when he was halfway between second and third base.
Evan Marzilli is a heck of a base runner. He's got great speed. Here's Ender Inciarte. And we've seen that from Evan defensively in spring. He can really cover some ground out of those outfield gaps. This guy can too, and he'll have to get used to playing all three outfield positions. And they still think that they're going to be able to get Ender Inciarte his at-bats. They're pretty confident about that. And they need to, because he's a very effective player. And Chip said, you know, they knew Ender was going to be thought of as the quote-unquote fourth guy in the outfield. But Chip said Ender, you know, the way he's played, he's really played his way into being almost like a 3+, not a 4. And they think they can find him 350 to 400 at-bats this year, playing in all three spots.
You know, not to mention coming into a ball game as part of a double switch, maybe pinch running, for example, if Mark Trumbo gets on base late in a close ball game and you want better speed on the bases. Certainly defensively, he's an upgrade in the outfield no matter where you put him. So it may be a little bit of a struggle for Chip to find those at-bats, but I think over the course of 162 games, Ender Inciarte will make his presence felt.
Herrera at second. 2 down, and Aaron Hill moves up to third. Our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game. This is a no-doubter in more ways than one. Goldie gone.
I'd like to see that about 50 times this year.
You might. Oh, you just might.
I mean, there are home runs. And then there are Paul Goldschmidt home runs on high fastballs. I mean, he gets that bat through the zone so quickly, pitchers think they can rush him upstairs with heaters, and he just crushes them.
Cliff Pennington. Ballpark sliders. Got some new suites behind home plate. I saw those walking in here last night for our evening on the Diamond event. You can't beat a good corn dog, I always say. Get your sliders. They have done a tremendous job on the dining experience here at the ballpark. They have really redefined your dining options here.
It just eliminates that need to rush home from work and grab something to eat before you go to the ballpark. You have everything you could possibly want right here at Chase Field.
And that includes the whole gluten-free thing.
Yeah.
I know you're big on that.
Oh, yeah.
You know who started that? I think, you know, that all was J.J. Putz. Remember when J.J., he was all gluten-free? I did doing a webcast with him from spring training. I mean, he's eating Milk Duds. J.J. had everything you could find out of the vending machine in there, doing a game on radio with the government. And I said, are Milk Duds gluten-free? I guess not. 2-2 now.
Play nice.
J.J. Putz, of course, enjoying his new role as Special Assistant to President and CEO Derek Hall. Full count now to Cliff Pennington.
Of course, don't forget the old favorites here at Chase Field either. Mike and Sharon's cactus corn. My mouth has been watering all offseason waiting for that.
That smell just kind of wafts up from underneath us here. You get the cactus corn and the Wetzel's pretzels, and it's game over. Penny grounds out, but the Diamondbacks add another run. We will head to the ninth. They lead the Cubs 5-1.